What's going on, boys? Dan M here. I know it's actually me. As you can tell, I shaved my beautiful face. Mustache is gone. Don't really know what I'm gonna do next, boys. I'm thinking maybe maybe a soul patch, then maybe just the sideburn. I'm not sure yet, boys. But anyways, guys, today we're gonna be looking at some highlights from ESL 1. Highlights of possible cheating, boys. Before I go into this, guys, I just want to express that, guys, I'm being very liberal with these clips. Basically, some of these are very easily explained away, some of them are not. But I'm just putting a large amount of clips into this video, and I'll be making another part with another large amount of clips. So this is just a big compilation of possible evidence, boys, at ESL 1.
We're going to be carrying into this round. Fur just sneaking out the ladder room there. No problems at all to shut down Bialy, and the same thing for FNX. The other three alive here, trying to make...
And I know what you guys are thinking at this point. Dan, I know you shaved your beard, but are you smoking crack now? You know, boys, at first when I watched this, I didn't really see too much. And then I slowed it down and... Oh, boys, like I said, guys, at first I didn't think this was anything, and then I slowed this down a bit, and it's just very, very weird. I mean... The distance that this guy gets the lock at, I guess I could go in game and check to see if I could do the same thing. But I just find it very strange how, as he's jumping around and moving, the crosshair is still locked on. Now, even though I'm going very slow here on this clip, I have to replay it a few times because it is such a short, happens for such a short period of time. But I'm sure you guys will agree with me that him moving like this and holding on is very strange. It's extremely peculiar, and this is just one of those things, guys, where this is why I do this kind of evidence, and this is why I check these things out, because this is just fucking so strange.
Attack from multiple angles doesn't work out his way, but somehow we're sitting at a 1-on-2.
Yeah, and coldzera trying to work his way back into the site. We do see Fallen get dropped from KRB to finally give it a favourable position for Astralis here, but coldzera able to find that first headshot. We know he's good in these situations, and he will be doing great work.
Alright, now I know there's going to be some hi-ho silver out there, and they're going to say, no, Dan M, if all the Brazilians are cheating, why didn't they win the event? Well, boys, as I've expressed before, the cheats just amplify your skill, okay? So if they're having a rough time as it is, if they're having a bad day, it's not going to help them that much, okay? But anyways, in this clip, boys, I think why he keeps going on to the middle there, if he's using a cheat, is he's trying to get information if this guy's going to peek him or not. So that's why I believe he keeps moving on. What else could he be doing here? I'm trying to look on both sides of the fence here, okay? So what else could he be doing? I have no idea. The guy's not going to be running in that situation. He knows he's behind there. So my question is, why wouldn't you be looking to the corners of the box? I have no idea. It's just my opinion, guys.
To waste it when they have the money to be able to bring it into the picture, and Fallen as well, wasting no time himself. Will try to peek out there and see if he can spot any players early on in the outer sight. Nicely.
So first inspection, boys, you're like, boom, Fallen, you fucking hacker, you're cheating. But boys, actually take a look at this a little closer, and I think this is just one of the coincidence locks. The reason I think a lot of locks are bullshit is because there's no reason for them. Like the last couple you saw where they're looking in spots where there's no need for it. But this one actually could make sense. As you can see, the corner of the train ledge where you point the bomb there, he actually could be checking that for a guy. So, in my opinion, I don't think this one's cheats at all, boys.
Is ready to push out towards 8. FNX going to sneak in through the smoke. Oh,
now, you guys might be wondering why I'm putting up some of these clips that I don't think are cheats. People send me a lot of clips, and they want to know what's going on, so I figure, you know, I'm going to analyze them. This one, again, don't think this one is bullshit. They throw the smoke, he sees it coming, he knows in the general direction where they are. He peeks and makes a brilliant deagle shot. Could he be on like a low FOV aimbot? Of course he could, but we'll never know. Good shot from Fur, and I think this one's legit.
Was waiting at KFC, but couldn't find the entrance back through. Watch Neo trying to push the smoke. He's been lost in it. Mixwell, he's got the shot on the way by, but was fully blinded, didn't even know, and continued to spray down as it falls to just 2 players remaining for Virtus Pro. And after a flurry of rounds going the way of Optic, losing this is a threat.
Now you guys all know what I think of Bialy. I think Bialy has a lot of suspicious clips. Now here's just one to add to it, boys. Again, like a lot of these clips where they're flicking on through smoke. It's not always a direct lock. Now that could either mean it's not really them cheating. It could also mean they have a bit of an offset. It could mean lots of things. This is one of those ones, boys. I think it's suspicious, but I don't really know. As you can tell, he's flicking through the smoke a lot. It could just be a coincidence that he locks on, but in my opinion, 2 guys within 3 movements is kind of suspicious. He moves the first time, locks on the guy on the far left, moves again, it goes to the right, doesn't lock on, moves to the left, he locks on again. In my opinion, it's suspicious. I'm not calling him out 100%, guys, because it could be a coincidence, but say he locked onto one guy, then did like 6 movements, and then maybe like locked onto a guy. But we've seen with him a few times that he like locks on, does a movement, and locks on again. And in my opinion, if you're trying to get information, that's what you'd be doing. You'd say, okay, where are they? Get information, get information, get information. Okay, now move in. You wouldn't go, get information, move around a bit, get information. In my opinion, that's not what I would do. But again, guys, I think it's suspicious. It's something to look at. Yeah, you don't see any of his other teammates doing that.
But if he doesn't save this up, they won't have one in that 3rd round. It's time to save, and the 23rd round goes the way of VP.
Oh no, Fallen, you made the right call to save this gun. Don't lose it here. 1 kill, get away.
Okay, again, boys, this clip is very, very strange. And when I first saw this, I actually didn't even realize what was happening here. It happened so fast. So whoever caught this, you have a great eye, because I didn't even see this at first. So what's actually happening here is he flicks over before he waits for the guy, and it's not actually a full lock if you slow it down. But I did find something strange when I went frame by frame. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this. You might need to pause it and play it again. I'll try to go as slow as possible. But what he does do, as the first flick over doesn't land directly on the guy, it's kind of like at the corner of his foot. But as the guy is falling, for 1 or 2 frames, he actually follows the guy's foot down with him. His crosshair follows it down. It's only for a couple frames, but it is very weird. I guess if you flicked over, tapped your aim key just to try to feel it move a bit, that could happen. Again, I don't think this is that suspicious. It's just something to look at. But those little couple frames that move with him is definitely weird.
Galil, actually 2 Galils, Tech 9 and 2 AK-47s. Not a lot of utility either. So it has to be brute force for Optic to work out, but for...
Okay, now I'm going to give you guys my opinion on this, and an opinion I think some people will have as well. I know with certain cheats, sometimes you need to have raw input on or off, okay? And if you change raw input, if you have a bind for it, and you change it, so say you need to have raw input off for your aimbot to be working correctly. You can have a bind to turn it on, so when an admin comes over, you can hit that button, and it turns raw input on. Now I know from past experience, if you have a button to toggle like that, this is usually what happens. Something like this happens. It flings your mouse in a weird direction that doesn't make any sense, and usually what you try to say is like you're just, you usually try to move your mouse with it and say like, well, it's just dicking around. But also people have said, I've seen in comments, they say that some of these mouses have like a sensor issue, and they fuck up and they just randomly do that. Now, I believe that's true. I haven't had it happen with my classic Death Adder yet, but I think a couple old mouses I had. The question is to me, if you're playing this game on a competitive level, you probably shouldn't be using a mouse that does that. If you're in a clutch situation for $250,000, if you're in a major and there's $500,000 on the line, don't think you should be using that mouse there, bud. I don't think so. So I agree that is possible that this is what's happening, but do I also believe the pros are stupid enough to use a type of mouse that's known for those type of bugs? No, I don't. Could it be a hair under the lens? Sure. There's lots of different things that could be happening here. I just think it's very weird, and like I said, from my experience with cheats, when you toggle raw input, this does happen. You can try it yourself. You need to set a bind. Obviously, if you do it in the menu, it's not going to happen. Well, it might. I'm not sure. You have to try it out, boys. And then he goes to shoot through the wall. Like, I don't really know what's happening here. I just think this is a fucking something, another weird thing from the Brazilians, boys. Maybe they're just weird. I don't know. Okay, call me racist. Okay.
So skint on utility that they would have to just run cleanly through, but he's going to switch out, of course, to the M4 now. Doesn't have to reload it here, interestingly enough. Going to go into the 22. PK a little bit low here. Device is on the site and they don't know it. He stepped through there. He catches on towards RPK. Now the 1v1. Smith with an AWP. He needs to hit this one. We need to see some vintage Smiths, but no, it's going to be the same old same.
Alright, boys, out of all these clips, I think this one is one of the shadiest clips, but I also think it can also be explained away as well. So let's take a look at this in a deeper sense. Alright, so it's a 1v2 here. His teammates have obviously been taken out. They've obviously been calling the whole round. So when he walks in this site, it looks like he does check tunnel once, but then he basically goes to lock onto the guy on platform and then lock onto the guy's site. Now, if you're looking for from a cheating point of view, you would say, well, he was going to check tunnel with his aim lock, so he turned to tunnel. He didn't feel a lock, so he turned to plat, realized the guy's there, then turned to site, realized the second guy was there, so he no longer needed to check the tunnel, okay? And he didn't. He didn't check the tunnel anymore after that. Then he goes to locking on again, covers his angle from plat where he locked on, locks onto the guy's site, he peeks him, headshot. Then he goes on to lock on again, make sure the guy hasn't moved on plat, and goes on and kills him. Now, it does look very suspicious. In my opinion, I don't see the reason. Maybe the plat one makes more sense to be looking through the wall like that, just because of the angle you're on. But the one in sight, I don't see the reason to be looking into the box at all. I don't understand. The crosshair placement doesn't make any sense to me. So I think those are the points to look at if you think he's cheating. If you don't think he's cheating, there's a lot of things to look at as well. The biggest thing is your teammates have been calling things all around. When you're playing CS, all these variables happen in your head subconsciously. You don't always think about what you're doing. So a teammate called this, teammate called that. He heard this sound cue, heard that sound cue. This happened, that happened. All these things in your head start adding up, and subconsciously you make a decision of where enemies are. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. So in this situation, when he doesn't look tunnel, when he only looks tunnel briefly, he's probably made up a calculation in his head that when the bomb was planted, where the enemies were at the last time in the calls, that there's probably no one tunnel. It's very unlikely. So that could be a reason why he doesn't look tunnel anymore. And I mean, in those positions, it wasn't that hard to get a 1v2. I mean, he has them both pretty much 1v1 isolated. So that's just my opinion, boys, on both sides of the fence. Okay, so enough of me rambling on. After further inspection of this site lock, I actually think this is such bullshit. Yeah, like, the robotic nature of this lock is absolutely bullcrap. Well, you don't even see this kind of stuff anymore. I don't know what to say, guys. This is a very robotic movement, and that's the end of it. It's extremely robotic. It's extremely solid lock. One of the more solid locks we've had in a while. Again, guys, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. I really appreciate all the support, guys. I'm again trying to be more sway on both sides because, boys, I do want to. Some people send me clips, and I think that's retarded. When someone sends me a clip, I think there's no way that guy's cheating there. So, guys, not only do I want to catch the cheaters, but I want to catch the bullshit as well, guys. And I hope this evolution of my channel is going to help me out, guys, and help the community out. I really hope it does inform people. So again, thanks guys for watching. Thanks all my patrons, guys. Big help. Thanks for all the donation, guys. All the financial support is really killer. Guys, throw up a like if you like this video. And thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you next time. Take care.